This is Backstage Sonoma, your all-access pass to the local music scene.
Coming to you from beautiful downtown Santa Rosa, this is the Backstage Sonoma podcast. And now, here's your host, Steve Roby.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Backstage Sonoma. I'm your host, Steve Roby. Today we have a truly special guest with us, bassist Darryl Anders, the creative force behind his group AgapéSoul. Darryl has a long history in the music industry, having played alongside legends like Tower Power, Marcus Miller, and Eric Gales. With AgapéSoul, he's blended soul, jazz, and gospel into a sound that creates a positive experience for his listeners. Their latest EP, Heart Conditions, features incredible collaborations with Tommy Sims, Mesa, and Zoe Ellis. Today we'll explore Darryl's musical journey, discuss his inspirations, and what it's like to work with some of the best musicians in the industry. Plus, we'll get a sneak peek at what's next for AgapéSoul, including upcoming shows and new music. Darryl Anders will join us here on Backstage Sonoma in just a moment, but first, let's hear a track from AgapéSoul. Here's Fruitvale Gumbo. That was Fruitvale Gumbo by AgapéSoul, which is available on their Conversations album. I'd like to welcome Darryl Anders to the show. Darryl, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start at the beginning for our listeners who might be new to your music. Can you share a bit about your musical background and some of the early influences that shaped your sound?
I grew up in kind of a musical household. My dad was a musician. My mom played the piano. And so there was music all around the house when I was a kid. My dad was a big Quincy Jones fan. So I grew up listening to all of the early Quincy stuff, all the Cannonball Adderley, a lot of jazz, and a lot of 60s pop stuff too. But I mean, there was just everything in my house growing up. So when I was, I think in the 3rd grade, I started playing trumpet because my godfather was a jazz trumpet player and I thought he was cool. So I played trumpet from 3rd grade to 8th grade. And in the 8th grade, my friend Roberto Tyson told me I should learn to play bass because he and his dad were both guitar players. And I initially thought that was a dumb idea. And then I heard the band, the Brothers Johnson, and that changed everything. Once I heard Louis Johnson, that's all I wanted to do.
Now, you were born and raised here in the Bay Area?
No, actually, I was born and raised in Florida, in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
So I was there until I was 18, joined the Air Force, got stationed in Japan. From Japan, I came to Travis, and I've been in California ever since.
Great. What brought you to the Bay Area?
Initially, Air Force. I got stationed at Travis, and I just basically never left.
Well, we're so glad you're here in the Bay Area now.
Well, I'm happy to be here. The music scene and the people and the weather has all been great, for sure.
You work with some of the biggest names in music, from Tower Power to Lettucey. How have these experiences influenced your musical journey and your work with AgapéSoul?
I think whatever music you listen to, all the music that you experience in your life, it gets in you. And when you go to create music, that becomes part of your palette. I really love funk music. I love jazz. I love the harmonic complexities of jazz. I love great storytelling, songs that tell a story. That's always been my thing. So when I started writing, I wanted to tell stories. And basically all of the music that I listened to and played with different people, it just kind of becomes part of me. But when it goes through your filter, it comes out different.
When it comes to songwriting, how do you approach the process? Do you draw from personal experiences, or does the music inspire the lyrics? How does it work for you?
Really, every song is different. Early in my songwriting journey, I wrote a lot of songs with my good friend Joe Gilman from Sacramento. He's an amazing jazz pianist. And we were writing pop songs. We were really influenced by like LA and Babyface. A lot of times Joe would just give me music. He would send me a track, and that music would inspire a lyrical idea, and I would write from that. But sometimes I would write lyrics first, and it just depends. Every song is really different. Sometimes it's an experience from my personal life. Sometimes it's from somebody else's life. It just depends, or an observation of what I see out in the world.
Before we dive deeper into your career, let's take a quick music break with another track of yours. This next song we're going to play is called Kite and features singer Zoe Ellis. What can you share with our listeners about this song?
Kite is a song that was written with Zoe and Cam Parrish, and we were having a barbecue at my house. And somehow in the conversation, I was saying that my wife not being a musician is helpful because she grounds me. She's like the person that allows me to kind of be creative and float up here in the clouds and whatever. But my string is tethered completely to her. And that inspired Zoe to write that lyric. And pretty soon the song was born.
Nice. Well, let's listen to it now. This is Kite by AgapéSoul, and you're listening to Backstage Sonoma. That was Kite by AgapéSoul featuring Zoe Ellis. You're tuned into Backstage Sonoma with our special guest today, Darryl Anders. Darryl, you've had an amazing career so far. What's been a standout moment for you? Maybe a show or a project that made you feel like everything had finally come together?
Wow, there's been a few. I think probably one of the greatest musical moments for me. Well, I can think of two really, really quick. One was when I went to England with AgapéSoul and we played a radio show. Everyone in the audience was singing the words to the songs right out of the gate. Like they knew every word to every song. And that was an incredible experience. The second one, more recently, was I got a chance to write a song that was recorded by Mesa Leak, who's one of my very favorite singers on the planet. And to be on the stage performing that song with her was just total dream come true.
Well, as you were just saying, your music clearly resonates with your fans. How do you connect with your audience in live settings and through your recordings? Do you get some emails or some posts on social media? How do they connect with you? What's that like?
I'm pretty active on social media, so people definitely reach out and share their feelings about the music, and it's been pretty positive. But I try to write music that is positive, even if it's about something that's not necessarily a positive thing. Just kind of always make an effort to be uplifting, and I want people to leave an AgapéSoul show feeling better than they felt when they got there.
Nice.
And if I can do that through the music and reaching people where they are, that's the whole goal.
Nice. Speaking of fans, I know they're always curious about what's coming next. Can you share some upcoming projects, whether it's new music or an upcoming tour next year?
Sure. We've got some gigs coming up. We're going to be at the Blue Note in Napa on November 21st. We're going to be at Mr. Tipples in San Francisco on December 28th. And we have started songwriting for the next record. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully we'll get this record done and be able to get back on the road. I really want to go back to Europe and the UK especially. That's our favorite place right now.
So where can fans find your website, social media? Where's the best place they can keep up with what you're doing?
I'm pretty active on Instagram. It's AgapéSoul Music, and my website is agapesoul.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, and we try to stay pretty active on all of those social media outlets.
Let's listen to some more of your music. This next track I'm going to play is called Nobody But You. It features Mesa. Could you tell us a little bit about it before we play it?
This song is a song I wrote with my good friend Sandra Manning. And it's a song that I had started a long time ago. And I got together with Sandra and we kind of refreshed the song. She made it much better because I'm not a piano player. And she made the song really great. And I wanted to reach out to Mesa. I'm a big Incognito fan. I reached out to her. She loved the song. She recorded it. We actually recorded it during the pandemic.
Yeah, okay.
So everything was remote. She came out and did a video for us. Truly one of the sweetest, most genuine people I've ever worked with in this business. And if anybody ever says a bad word about Mesa, they're going to have to deal with me.
We don't want that to happen.
No.
Well, let's check it out now. This is Nobody But You featuring Mesa, and you're listening to Backstage Sonoma.
People saying that I wanna be free, but it just ain't true. I don't love nobody but you. People are talking, they're wasting their time, making their business what's yours and mine. They got nothing else to do, 'cause they don't love nobody like you. The sound of your voice still rings in my ear. When you're far away, I feel you right here. And when the world Nobody, nobody but you, baby. Nobody, nobody could make me feel the way that you do.
That was Nobody But You by AgapéSoul featuring Mesa. It's on their current album, Heart Conditions. Darryl Anders of AgapéSoul is my guest today. Darryl, live shows always bring a unique energy. How does performing live compare to the work you do in the studio?
You know, in the studio, you're trying to paint a picture that hopefully will resonate with people. And that picture is kind of the blueprint or the template for what we do live. But when we get on the stage, it's really all about a conversation. We're having a conversation with each other musically. We're having a conversation with the audience as we feel their vibe and the energy's going back and forth. The record is literally just a template. And when we get on stage, the idea is to take the music someplace. And we don't necessarily know where that destination is. But as long as we leave together and we ride together, that's all that matters.
Darryl, I know you've got a live show coming up at Blue Note in Napa that you just mentioned. What can fans look forward to at this performance?
It's going to be a great show. We're going to do a little bit of holiday music to get the holiday season started out. And we're going to do music from all three AgapéSoul records. We've got Fred Ross and Sonia Distel singing. We may have another special guest or two, but it's going to be a great show. And Blue Note is one of our favorite venues to play. The people, the atmosphere, everything about that place is just great.
Absolutely. And as a reminder, for those of you here in the Bay Area, make sure to catch Darryl Anders and AgapéSoul live at Blue Note in Napa on Thursday, November 21st. Doors open at 6 p.m. and showtime is 8, so I guess there's time to grab a few drinks and have a nice dinner. You can head over to bluenotejazz.com/Napa for tickets. Grab some right now. Darryl, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for sharing your music and stories with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure to talk to you, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Backstage Sonoma will be right back.
Hey musicians, would you like to be a guest and promote your upcoming concert and latest release? It's easy. Just email the host at backstagesonoma@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to the show.
Thanks for listening to the Backstage Sonoma podcast. Join us next time for more great interviews and music from local and touring musicians. You can find us on the web at backstagesonoma.com.